Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ideal Majuni. And my co-host, you cannot see him.
Bro, that's racially motivated right there. That's racially motivated right there. You know what I'm saying? That's... Come on now. What's going on out here?
And now you can see this black, beautiful, chocolate-looking man.
You can't just, trying to gaslight me in the word, First you say you can't see him because he's black. Then you say beautiful black. That's crazy, bro.
I never said
That's gaslighting.
we cannot see you because
That's
you're black.
gaslighting right there.
I just said we cannot see you.
You see you see the struggle I gotta go through? Crazy.
I didn't say nothing wrong.
Bro, that's diabolical right man. What the hell?
My bad. My bad.
I see y'all. I see you. You see the struggle? Shit.
But hey, let's
Imagine.
okay.
Imagine. But open it up.
Okay,
Actually,
okay.
let me chill.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Opinion Outlaws, Season 6, Episode 5. Think about it. Halfway of the season we have gone.
We keep pushing.
I have to say.
Back to back to back to back.
I don't know have you seen, but we had one dislike for 3 episodes ago,
Hey,
something
come
like
catch the fade. You didn't comment down below,
But-
so we can...
One dislike, 3 likes. I think that's a good one. So whoever disliked, thank you. Whoever liked, even more thank you. And in today's episode, we will talk about loyalty. Our topic is loyalty. Now, of course, for both of us, it's a very big one. It's a very important one.
Don't ask me why. No is no. That's what we gonna go. No is no.
And I have to say, from the bottom of my heart, that to the ancient times, to the times where we don't have even like scriptures, real scriptures we have seen that loyalty has been either the best friend or the worst enemy of a human being. I'm gonna give you guys a story about loyalty from we're going back to many years. Maybe a lot of people have heard this story, but it was the first story that comes up to mind is the Spartan 300 unit that was also from Athens.
The movie?
Not the movie, but I'm talking about the real story. There was not only 300 Spartans, there were also 5,000, 4,000 Athenians. Mm-hmm. They were helping King Leonidas for a fight. And they fought 3 days straight before one of the, if I remember correctly, was the Athenians who went to the King Xerxes and said, hey, there is a passage down from the mountains.
You go down below,
You go this way and you go from the back of them, they cannot do anything to you. King Leonidas, he already knew that when they go, they will die, but he never knew that he would be betrayed in that fight. And this is not even the first example of loyalty being betrayed. But Spartans, for example, they were very loyal to each other and to their country, to their cause. Now, loyalty, like I said, a big thing throughout the history.
I mean, simple. You know what happened to Caesar?
Julius Caesar, same thing.
Who killed him?
He's one of the closest allies. Brutus was his name, who contemplated the whole thing, but there was also, because he wanted to make Rome great again.
Hold on.
But no, in reality, he made Rome what it should be. He tried his best to neutralize his opponents and tried to build Rome as it is. But the Senate, just like today's day politicians, they wanted to hoard and gather all their resources and all their power. It wasn't good for them because Julius Caesar said, if you want to be there, you have to share your power. You have to give to the people. And
yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
But let's go even to religious. Jesus Christ. He was betrayed. According to...
Foreshadow, but that was foreshadow for reasons.
Yeah, for sure. Even in historical lectures where Jesus is or Yahshua's, peace be upon him, his story is told he was betrayed. And now you can look this up if you want, but he was betrayed. Does anybody know for how much? For what reason? It was such a bad thing.
For being chilling. Knowers know.
He was betrayed for money.
Silva.
For silver. And in today's wage, in a sense, if you take a wage, he was betrayed for 2 years wage.
Salary.
Think about it. For 2 years of salary, you betray one of your closest friends or allies or teachers that you have. It's a disaster. And unfortunately, it will continue to happen because we are humans. It's not.
Hey yo, are you foreshadowing?
I am foreshadowing because even today is much worse. Today is much worse because loyalty has been like downplayed, and it's not even romanticized anymore. In a sense, I believe now that cheating has become like a stamp of approval. You cheat, you are as bad as we are, but we accept you.
Hey yo. Stay toxic, boys.
Well, for example, I believe, I have been rambling this, but I believe everybody has experienced the work snitch. If you think that's not betrayal, it's not, of course, in the same amount from Julius Caesar to work snitch, but it's the same thing. They are betraying you.
They're betraying the whole team.
The whole team.
The whole team, imagine that.
Well, just an example. Even today, it's glorified because they will get the position higher. They will get
not even. No. In workspace, might be glorified by whoever is in the higher position, but not by the team.
No, not by the team. No, for sure.
No,
I'm not taking. Not the team. No, everybody knows they work snitch. They go and betray your back and all that. They will get a higher position. They will.
Nobody liked them after that.
The team in itself, they don't like that, and nobody should like that. But to say, you had some interesting thoughts about this.
No, about loyalty overall, because as how we understand loyalty is that you have certain type of duty toward that person, no matter how you feel about them. Because that's the first what is loyalty in itself? How would you understand? Let's start with that.
Okay. To me, loyalty is the trust that you have on them, and then trust combined with the duty that you have towards them. For example, if you are loyal to your wife, even if you don't like certain things about her.
Hey yo, bro, his eyebrows started twitching. That sounded personal for a moment.
I'm just making an example.
Hey yo.
If you are so delusional that you like everything about the person, then I believe that you might be a short-sighted person. But to me, if you're realistic, there are certain things about the other person that you don't like, especially if you live a long time with them. There are certain things that you don't like about that person. And are you still going to be with them? If we talk about loyalty, yes, right? Even if you don't like a certain, let's say she folds clothes in a certain manner that you don't like. Example, it's just an exaggerated example, but example, you don't like, are you going to betray her trust or go and divorce her or do something? Of course
Backhand.
not.
Backhand.
Of course not. You still have a duty towards her in the sense that you have committed towards her and you respect her and yourself. In a sense, you have trust to her. That's what I believe loyalty is.
No, pretty much in the similar like grounds. A good demonstration of loyalty is, at least the closest that I can offer, is pets, for example. Dog. Man's greatest best friend right there.
Yes, sir.
The loyalty comes from, especially if you have a good relationship with the dog, you see that the dog is willing to do pretty much anything for that owner.
Yes.
Whoever is that owner. like wait for you for a long period of time, follow you around, so
Yes.
on, so on.
They will die for you.
Pretty much, because there's that certain type of trust between you two, or overall, how would I say? The dog trusts you in a certain type of way that is like, it doesn't matter at that situation, whatever you do,
Yes.
the dog will still trust you because there's some type of like
Yes.
obligation dash love towards you.
Same
But-
type. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I have to say this. Shout out horses as well.
Yo, what you mean?
I'm saying
Shout out donkeys as well.
donkeys as well.
Donkeys
yes.
as well.
Because a lot of time when people say man's best friend dog, they forget that horses
Hey, horses have been through tough times.
tough times and they have been loyal. I'm just thinking, to my mind right now, just thinking all the horses that went to battle with some crazy lunatic, and the horses were like, "Yeah, I'm still with you, bro." Like, example, Alexander the Great.
We're standing 10 hooves down. We're standing 10 hooves down, yo.
Example, Alexander the Great. He met his horde, Bucephalos. He was 8 years old. He was a youngster. He met that horse. He had that horse right up until India. Like, he was about 30 when he lost that horse in the battle.
That horse was thugging.
Every time they went to battle, and Alexander is known for, Alexander the Great, he's known for that he led cavalry and people in front. Like, he was the first one to actually go to enemies.
So was that horse also in high position, you know, calling the shots, you know, with the old horses? Be like, yeah, we're sending 10 hooves down right now, y'all.
Or Mongols, for example. Mongols were famous for their horses. But they were actually, in Mongol, if you treat horse badly, you get killed. Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
They were not playing with that.
Because, you know, horses were their main transport and also pretty much in most of the things.
Yes. But yeah,
About the loyalty, what else? What else would say? Yeah. When you said there's that certain type of duty behind it, because like we have seen with the, how would I say, king and servant relationship, example, king knight, etc. Like it doesn't really matter how much do I like you or dislike you or hate you or etc. But I have certain type of obligation towards you that I won't do certain stuff, for example.
Yeah.
That's what the part of loyalty is. In basically in a relationship, let's say hypothetically, you date whatever you date.
I'm virgin, I don't know this.
I don't know.
Hypothetically.
That's what you claim, but this is hypothetical. You date who you date, and you have, let's say you dislike your partner for some hypothetical reason. You despise them, dislike them, whatever. Let's say y'all had a beef and that's the reason why you dislike them. And opportunities arise because, you know, we live in a world of temptation. Money moves and things moves, you know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it a buck. We live in a world of temptation and things happen. And the great opportunity has been brought up in front of you that could lead you astray of, you know, the meaning of your relationship. And some people might say, okay, you dislike your partner, etc., and you don't like them or whatever is the cause that you might have a negative feeling toward them. Here's a great opportunity. You can release it by, let's say, dabbling on the other waters. Normally, or well, not really normally, in exceptional situation where somebody does not have that type of loyalty, would hop on that water, you know,
sure.
start tapping the other waters. But because some people still have certain type of loyalty toward the person, they see that it's a duty, it's a respect, and all the other things that they might not feel at that moment that they shouldn't be doing that because they have the obligation toward that person. And because they also respect them, even though they might not like that person, they still have that certain type of obligation, in a sense, toward that person not to do it. So yeah, that's loyalty in, at least in the simplest form to me. That it doesn't really matter what do I feel towards you, but because I have that certain type of, well, the shorter loyalty toward you, that I will not do certain things.
Yeah.
Even though our relationship might not be in the best quality. It could be like, we could be the best friend, but we could be also acquaintances to some degree.
For sure. Yeah, you actually brought me a story from the book The Way of Superior Man by David Data. He actually had this example about this, that there are two types of women. There are the women who fluctuate their emotions very quickly, like very hot-tempered. They get very hot quickly, but then they get very cold quickly. Like, it's their nature. And then there are mellow women who are just calm and cool. And
Cool.
and both are good. There's no bad or wrong about it. It's nature. And depending on your life situation, for example, if you have a hectic life, you have a lot of meetings, a lot of things to take care of, a lot of business opportunity, a lot of things you have responsibility for, and you have made a lot of decisions. When you come home or you meet that person, if she is feisty, if she is hot, in a sense, hot-tempered. Okay, talk.
What you mean by the feisty?
Oh, you know what I'm saying?
How you know whether somebody's feisty?
Hypothetical, this is what I read.
It's all hypothetical,
And
I see.
if they are that kind of person that get angry very easily and then cool very easily, for example, you get home from work very late and she may be upset that you work a lot. Very common, right? And then she might say that, why you work a lot? And she gets very upset about it. And then you go off, like you go mind your business. And later she will come and apologize. Hey,
My bad.
I was very upset. I was in feelings, like woman nature. And that's been going on with you for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you're fed up because there's emotional strain at your work. You come home, it's emotional strain at your home. Then you meet your wife's or your girlfriend's or the one person you're dating, her friend, who is very mellow. She's very calm, very like an ocean.
Pause.
You, of course, have, that you said, temptation. Because now you get that calmness that you are craving from, because your situation as in life is very hectic. You want calmness then in your relationship. But you are getting now from that friend. So the temptation is there.
Hey, yo, pause.
Example, I'm just taking an example from the book that I remember reading.
He's not talking about his experience.
No. I don't know about this. I don't know about this. I don't know what you talk about, and I don't know about what's happening outside of this book, but I'm just saying.
But that's like the simplest, well, not simplest, but one way of explaining it in a relationship. Of course, we don't really have to go that, how would I say, hyper end of things, of like considering cheating, etc. But we could like even take the small things, like example, things managed in relationship, like example, money, for example. Like loyalty purely is something that you still do no matter how you feel towards whoever you are loyal to. That's how it would go. And about the loyalty, have you had any demonstration or situation where you had to show some type of loyalty towards somebody in your life?
Yes, there has been situations where I have now in my situation, because both of us have that moral code inside of us. If we consider you, that we respect you and we admire you as a person, we are loyal to you. That's our moral code. Now, like concrete example, I'm taking for example my brother. There was a situation with my brother. I'm not getting into details, but there was a situation with my brother about the woman.
Hey, yo.
And that in short, let's say it like this: she trying to play us.
Dabbling the double waters.
Now the problem is, I know my brother, and he knows me, and there are a few things that you don't share with your brothers.
Hey, game's game.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. If you have been with a female, That's it for me. I'm not looking at her. I'm not seeing at her. I don't know even she exists.
Who?
Say who?
Who? What woman?
What woman?
Exactly.
Same thing goes with my brother. Now, there was a situation and she tried to play us, and that was an example that how this kind of situation, if I was not loyal to my brother,
He might have ended doubling the waters.
exactly, easily, very easily. Or he actually had a story, my brother has actually a very good story about his friend. Now, my brother, he also has this moral code as loyal, but the challenge maybe between him is that he likes it first that you actually have to earn his loyalty. To a degree, I'm talking about to a degree where if he's loyal to you, it's to a fault. I don't know, officer, he just came and that's it. But there was a situation with my brother and his friend's girlfriend was cheating on him constantly. Now my brother tried to prove it to his friend. Okay, you have the same story, right? My brother had tried to prove to his friend, and my brother sent a message.
I have heard this.
You have heard it. My brother tried to send a message to her, and she replied, and she was down, straight down for it. And then my brother confronted his friend, and of course his friend was upset, and for the right reasons. But my brother went and said, "Hey, listen, you're my friend. This is what happened."
Didn't the friend blame your brother in the end or something like that?
No, they are in good terms, and it wasn't like. In first, of course, it blamed because it looked like he was trying to
what you
hit.
done to him, oh my God?
But my brother said to him, "Hey, listen, look what your girl is doing."
Actually, to that story, I ain't throwing no names. I'm trying to put people's businesses out there, but as a kind of like a generalization, I have had experience.
Let's do this way. You throw him under the bus, I drive the bus.
Pretty much, because but in all honesty, we have people in our close circles that we consider friends, but later on showed that they have different intentions.
Yes.
And I ain't throwing names out there, but we all know who we're talking about, or whom we're talking
the right
about.
word, yeah.
Whom we're talking about, because there are multiple. There are multiple.
Yeah.
Even some that we haven't disclosed, but hey, mind my own business. Anyway, about the cheating part of the story, not even necessarily cheating, but
An example that
slimy way of moving. Let's say that. Because when you become friends with somebody, let's say you don't really have any beef with them, and y'all are good, y'all hang out, chill, talk, and etc. Usually, at least as a guy, you expect them to be loyal to you at that point.
For sure.
At that point, especially if you consider each other friends, you start especially on top of that, if they behave in a way that if shit happen, we going down, bro. I'm standing 10 toes down with you. So as a guy, you consider them, okay, that's friends. So in your backside of your mind, you think, okay, they should be loyal to you.
Yes.
But I have seen way too many motherfuckers that behave in a weird type of way that they show in a, on the front, they show you that they're your friend.
Yeah.
But on the backside, they're totally opposite of that. In a way, for example, hypothetically, in your brother's situation, your brother was actually trying to show the friend that the girl is this and that and that.
Yes.
But we have seen friends that actually do that.
Yes.
In a sense of not trying to show or trying to prove anything, but trying to
Slime their way
in, pretty much.
Yeah.
By example, if you're in a relationship, hypothetically, they start talking to your girl first in a friendly way, then try to slime it out into a different way.
Yeah.
Even in a worst case situation, talk shit about you in a sense of trying to create a bad image of you. And even I have seen the shittiest case I have heard, let's say like that, I heard cases.
Streets talk.
I've heard cases where the person considered friend or best friend or close friend have gone such far away that they ended up sleeping with your girl.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Yeah, it's a sad thing.
But those people, as before I mentioned, that loyalty is that it doesn't really matter what you feel about the person. You still have that obligation in your mind that I consciously won't do certain things because I have this obligation toward this person. But those who do those things, I think that, of course, they go by their emotion, lust, or whatever, and also by whatever. The blood is not running in the brain, so it's running in the opposite way. So there might be small deficiency going on. But like I can understand how, like, I would forgive somebody if they'd be like I don't like you as a friend. I don't want to be your friend, and I don't consider you a friend, and I don't have any obligation to you. And then they slime you out. That's understandable because you already have the background that they already told you they don't have any obligation toward you.
For sure.
But somebody who like acts and like in front of you like, hey, we homies, we all that, and then do dirty. Even as you mentioned before, the Jesus situation, bro, we have seen niggas doing that to like where they like throw their friends under the bus to be like, example, shot by somebody, or example in America, they have a lot of like, especially the, how would I say, hot type of zones where there's gang activity, where their friend like throw them under the bus to be eliminated by another group or by another person, which is kind of like weird in a sense that you create the connection with the person first, and then you're like, for my own benefit, you know, let me get rid of you, you know what I'm saying?
Or mafia, for example. Now the movies, Godfather, for example, portrays this absolutely correctly, how things happen in mafia. I don't know how, do you remember the movies Godfather? How well do you remember?
The first, ironically, I haven't fully, at least I don't have full remembers that I've watched the full first movie, but I've played Godfather the game.
For example, the game.
The game had the similar type.
You remember, there was a betrayal, and it wasn't like small betrayal or anything, but it was a betrayal from his brother.
Yeah, by the close ones.
From his brother. For what? For something for him.
Benefit. And that's actually the worst one. Like the first one, I kind of understand to a degree that they're not like connected to you in a sense other than emotion, I guess, in a lot of cases. But let's say in your situation, bro, I have read and heard a lot of like situation where brother sleeps with another brother's wife or fiance or does dirty or so and so and so on. I'm like,
what's wrong with
you? As
a
family member, at least in my understanding, as a family member, you should already in the beginning have some type of obligation toward the family.
For sure. Or if you are the type of person that you don't like your brother at all, just stay away.
Yeah, but stay away. Because that also shows part of that loyalty to a degree.
For sure. I'm gonna ask you this, and then I have a story about this kind of sliminess. Actually, I will start with the story.
Yeah.
Short story. Then I will ask you about situations. Then I have another story behind it.
Hey, yo!
So
back to back to back.
We had one friend from our high school.
We ain't saying names, y'all.
No, we don't say names. But
we ain't saying names.
He's that type of friend that he's opposite of me. And if we hang out, our ideologies are very contrast with one another. They clash. But we don't have any animosity between us. We respect each other and we want to hang out with each other because then we get that different type of perspective from one another. And I like that. And I have told in this podcast as well that hang out with people who have different ideas, different beliefs, different ideologies, because it will open you and it will challenge your beliefs as well. Well, he invited me to his crib long ago. I'm talking about back in the day. And he invited me to his crib, hand to hand. He invited me, hey, please come to my crib.
Pull up and all that, yeah?
Let's spend time. It was winter and he was living with his sister and with his other friend.
Okay.
Now the sister, she was fine.
Because
We cannot
that's
take
the first thing I heard, sister. I'm like,
We cannot take anything away from her. She was fine, and she was also very
how would I say, social?
she had very much humility in her. Like she was very honorable in a sense. And I remember when I first met her, she was very intrigued at how I see the world. And then she asked me questions, and then she was also interested about your boy, but of course nothing happened. Now this is the part that I say nothing happened because I have spoken with this friend afterwards, and he said that he has experienced that many times, that he has a close friend or friend comes up and then all of a sudden they start talking to their sister and all of a sudden it's it's very slimy, like they are trying to slime their way, woos their way in. And he said that, yeah, I'm not down. And every time that happens, he just removes that friend and then minds his business. But example that he could not stop me if I wanted to.
Hey yo.
To talk to her.
Hey yo, who gonna stop me? Who gonna stop me?
No, I'm gonna be honest. He could not stop me. And she was fine. And she was a good human being. I would never go out of my way because I know him. And I know him well, and he has respected me very much. I will never go out of my way to go with her. Example of a loyalty. How about you, man? Do you have any real life examples that you can share?
Well, I'm considering which story is this.
Emphasize you can share.
Ones that I'm capable of, like saying out loud. Well, I mean, this is real stories, but not related close to me, so I can just throw it under the bus, because nobody would realize. Well, y'all know, or we have mentioned multiple times that we have been conscripts, in the army back in the days. Funny thing, we put in the army in every episode, but it has stories. Yes. It has stories behind it, so. And y'all know in Finland it's mandatory for a male to finish the service, but to a female it's optional.
Yes.
But of course, after a certain couple of weeks of the optionality, it becomes a mandatory as well to be finished. But anyway, and let's say in a bigger, how would I say? Well, is it a
picture?
No, it's not a platoon. It's a bigger company, I guess.
It's a company, or I was going off with the Legion, but it's not the Legion. Goddamn, it's not a Roman soldiers.
Yeah, because different areas.
Well, bigger than a platoon.
Yeah, definitely bigger than platoon.
Yeah,
platoon well, let's say this place that you serve at, just for an easier term. There's a mix, especially nowadays. There's a mix, like a mixed. Friggin' way. The dorms. They're mixed nowadays.
Because during my time,
I had same. Like
during our time, it was that boys had their own, and then girls had their own dorm, like their own
type of
whole room that they were sleeping.
But during actually our time, they actually started experimenting with it in like the south side, Alabama. Well, anyway. So it at least. Back then it didn't even matter that the dorms were not mixed. But yeah, a lot of guys who went to serve during those times, or in general, usually tend to either be single or in a relationship. It's a mix of both. And a lot of time also the females that went to serve were also either in a relationship or single. There's no option, simple. But the big issue that we noticed, or I heard, were that people who were in a relationship went to serve, ended up hooking up with another person who was also serving them, and basically having an affair during the time. So there's a double complication going on right there. And as you would expect somebody to, even if you think about it in a way of like, imagine. First of all, the person who's cheating, who's also in relationship with somebody else, they kind of like fuck up the loyalty part with their partner. Second of all, whoever they're cheating with or having an affair with also forgets that the person who's having an affair with you is cheating on their own partner, so they're not showing loyalty to their partner.
Yes.
So how is they going to show loyalty towards you?
Yes.
And on top of that, they're serving at place that you should be showing loyalty.
That one.
So you see how many complicated things are going. I have heard the worst situation also, that somebody was having an affair at army, and then they ended up dating the person that they had an affair with. So it was kind of complicated. But anyway, those are like a small. Have I heard from our like close friends? Because like I said, the hypothetical I mentioned earlier about like we have like people who we consider like really good friends, like who grew up with us. Let's say they grew up with us, literally. Like we went to schools and everything.
Yes, sir.
But they literally, when they had the opportunity arise in front of their eyes, like, you know, because usually you expect if somebody's like your home friend, like you mentioned, like if you know that I've dated somebody or I'm still dating somebody, you don't even consider them anymore at that point.
If I know that you like someone.
Yeah, exactly. You already taking it off the map at that point. But we have niggas. We have niggas. No, I'm saying it straight out because this is the amount of disrespect. The amount of like...
It came from a soul.
No, but because I even told like individuals that are individualing this topic. No, because I've told them like, niggas, how did you not see it? Because I saw it too coming up.
Yes.
But we got niggas that literally, like, you eat a safe table, you've seen the parents hang out, bro, been through this and that. But situation arises. Let's say, hypothetically, your homeboy's partner is in a vulnerable state and for some reason is telling their vulnerable state to you as a third friend or whatever. And rather than be like, oh yeah, shit, bro, that stuff, keep pushing.
Yeah.
These niggas take the opportunity to slam themselves into the...
They do like this.
Yeah, pretty much. If you have seen how flies be rubbing their hand, that's literally what some people be do.
Yeah.
So, that motherfucker little slam in between to make first of all, make his own homeboy look bad or homegirl look bad.
Yeah.
And then make themselves look good. And not in a worse, not just how would I say, betrayal in a verbal way, but betrayal also in a physical way.
Yeah.
That they start touching, start doing this and that. And I'm like,
what is you doing? What is you doing?
Hey, I've seen way too many situations going like that. I don't know if I dare to speak on my term, but I have seen how do I say? First-hand experience of that type of situation that somebody who I literally dabbed hands with it last week, next week, or at least when I was in a relationship, because she told me and she showed me like messages of people who I literally dabbed hands with, be slamming on DMs or throwing weird messages like, hold up, like, bro, what? Huh? And I even had a situation where somebody was trying to throw me under the bus based on interpretation that they created, even though they were in the situation as well. And I'm like, bro, where's the loyalty right there?
Yeah.
So, but I have experience. Let's say like that.
Yeah. When you said about betrayal, many situations comes to mind that I was in a situation that I'm looking at that person that we were cool. Why you doing this? But yeah, for sure, I know what you're saying.
And also, as in a first, I ain't saying names, hypotheticals, all hypotheticals. But when I've been trialed on the loyalty part, I have had situations, I ain't throwing names, but have had situations where my friends or close friends are in a relationship and their partner is, I say straight cheating or straight instigating anything, but there's certain signs that the tables are tabling, let's say like that.
Yes.
And the temptation is being trialed at that point. But because I have certain type of loyalty toward the friend that I'm with, I'm like, alright, I see it, but I'm like, yeah, let me look away, you know, that none of my goddamn business
Bitch?
right here, bitch. You know?
Bitch?
Like, keep it pushing, keep push the P right there, because I ain't finna be on none of that, just purely because I have the loyalty toward that person. But if I didn't, bro, we outside. We outside, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is a crazy word because, like I said, betrayal has been, as long as we know, as a human species, we have that. And you mentioned this story. I have very exact, actually similar story because you know how
You
it
know
was.
how it goes. Streets are cold nowadays.
Because it wasn't. The whole thing was that it was so low key. If you're not perceptive, if you're not paying attention,
you missed it all.
you would miss it, and then you are the betrayal one.
Ooh.
Like it was so. There has been situations.
Who has been gaslighted, right?
Like there has been situations, my friend, where you would just say, for example, yes. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to say anything. Yes, you are in a realm of betrayal. Because from that yes, then you have permission
To do this and that.
People have do this.
Don't
and
tell
that,
me about no open relationship.
Open relationship. That's not even. Don't
even start with
don't
that.
give it started with that. That's not loyalty. That's bullshit. I'm gonna give you actually an example. We were talking about loyalty in my previous job with colleagues. Now, to their willing, I have to give props that they were decent human beings. I cannot criticize them as a human being because I'm not perfect. If I'm not perfect, I cannot criticize. But we were talking about loyalty, and I have mentioned this before. In our culture, loyalty was one of the top things that were big thing. If you
have
betrayed, actually a story, the last man who betrayed Albanian country was shot in the middle of France. Shot dead, straight up. The guy, he was sent to jail. It was such a big revolt. They had to release from jail to go to persecute in Albania. In Albania, he was persecuted.
Free man
And hero.
Free man, because he did what he needed to do.
The thing was that he sold his land for power. That's a big no-no, my brother.
What you doing, bro?
That's a big no-no, my brother. So, in Albania, but I have to say this, throughout history, Albanians, the only reason they have suffered so much is because we have that thing called besa. It's like a loyalty thing that we say, if we say that, that's done. And when people know that we have that thing, a lot of people have used it against us. We swear to you, we ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah, keep it.
We swear to you, we ain't gonna do nothing. All of a sudden, yeah, what happened, bro? What happened, bro? All of a sudden, your towns are sacked, your villages are raided, or all of a sudden there's this big thing, and oh, god damn.
I see.
But because in our culture, the loyalty is a big thing. We were talking about loyalty in with my colleagues, and we were talking about like how would we accept it and survive and all that. And I told them that if somebody betrays me, if I have a chance or an opportunity, I will harm them. And more so, I will never forgive them. And they looked at me, I can feel the presence change.
Atmosphere was all of a sudden darkened.
All of a sudden it changed so much because we were talking about cheating and betraying, and it changed so quickly because, bad to say, it's a bad thing to say, almost every single one, including that conversation, who was either hearing it or having that conversation, they had cheated on with someone or some.
They had been cheated on, or they were the cheaters.
They were the cheaters.
Yeah.
In some way, shape, or form, and they have been cheated on as well.
Cold world, I'm telling you, cold world.
The reason why I know this is because the conversation afterwards it was so intense in a sense that they were so careful to what to say with me.
Walking on a landmine.
Because when they heard that I take loyalty very seriously, it kind of backpedaled to a point that, man,
I can't be throwing random shit out.
Yeah, I
and,
cannot-
You know,
I cannot-
you see that girl over there? Yeah.
we can say that, but they cannot speak about it in an open way because they think that I will judge them. But when they try to seal it, all of a sudden they are exposing themselves. You try to seal
You know,
it,
the behavior changes. They start stealing little.
so I know that you have cheated. You don't need to say it.
I know.
So I remember it. All of a sudden, the whole energy of the conversation changed, and I knew, okay, you have cheated, you have cheated, you have cheated. But it was an interesting conversation in the sense of how they view loyalty. And I'll give you an example, actually. There was a colleague, and they had a child, and they said to me that, because we were talking about betrayal or cheating with another person, and they said to me that before they had a big trouble with it. It was a big
with the cheating.
yeah, that if they found out that their partner was cheating,
Bounce.
it was a very big thing. But then they said that now, in that situation that they said to me that now if their partner cheats, they don't want to know about it. Do you know how I interpreted it?
Blissful ignorance, right there.
I wouldn't say it was blissful ignorance. I
no,
would say
soft heart.
not even soft heart. Do you know what it was? To me, it sounded like they cheated. So now it kind of gives the open hands to the partner. You get what I'm saying? Like it was because they have done this thing, it gives to them that if they cheat,
Yeah, you keep it to yourself.
keep it to yourself. That was my logic behind it.
Could be. No, but also, even there's people that I've known that kind of have the same type of mentality, but they haven't even done anything. At least some that I've known, but at least outwardly they haven't done anything. But it's just purely, how would I say? Not ignorance, but kind of like protecting themselves in a sense that they don't have to go through the emotion and mess that they handle, so they rather have not know it or finding out.
Yeah.
Which is kind of dumb, at least in my personal, because fuck that shit. If you're cheating, I want especially if my homeboy sees it or my neighbor sees it. If it's gonna fuck me up, let it fuck me up. Just let me know, because I rather know and have the power to choose what I'm gonna do with it, rather than not know and basically just go with the flow in a sense. Basically living through a lie.
Yeah.
Ah, hell no.
I'm gonna give you actually another story. I have a lot of stories.
His story, man.
A story, man.
I got a question after that.
Okay. There was a story, and it actually is a public story about this. You know the AI, and you know the AI has the power to change the face.
Alter you.
What is the right word for when they change the face in another video?
It's the
What is the right word for it?
what is that?
Deep fake.
Yeah, deep fake.
Jesus Christ.
It took me hard. I was like, oh, wait, face. I almost said mask off. What the hell? But deep face. Deep face.
Deep fake. And there was a streamer who was streaming his thing. And he had many tabs open. And he had like 5 tabs.
Adult content?
One of them was adult content. But do you know what's the worst part? The adult content, people, you know, they have time. They paused the video, they took the link, they inserted the link.
Dude, that guy there link too, bro. That's diabolic.
They find out that this man had taken his best friend girlfriend's face and put it in a porno videos as a deep fake.
It's a cold, cold world right there.
Think about it. Like, for example, you and me, good friends, loyal friends, 20-something years.
Bro, it's a cold, cold world.
And you don't even find through me, but you find through internet.
The fastest detective I've found till this day, bro.
Through the internet, that I have taken your girl's face and used it in the pornographic videos for my pleasure.
Better question, how the fuck did they find out that this is his best friend's girl? Somebody did extra detective work.
Extra detective work. Right. Because they were thinking that why her face looks
kind of
off. And they were started to research. Of course, it doesn't take a long time when you...
Still, bro, somebody put in the work, extra work for free.
Yes, but it was a disgusting thing. And to me, that's where loyalty ends, in my opinion. Because, listen, I will not be that ignorant to say that if you have an attractive wife, people will think about it whether you like it or not. Will think about themselves with them.
Hey yo, whoa, hey yo! I was about to say yeah.
But I'm gonna be realistic. If you have a woman who is has a great figure and is a pretty face and is very feminine and has all these traits, there will be, even if they are close friend to you, they will have those images. It's very normal.
Especially if you're a normal, healthy male, you will have some type of attraction toward them.
For sure. But the difference is, will you do anything about it?
I've seen way too many slimy motherfuckers acting upon their temptation, let's say that.
So when the deepfake came about, it gave these kind of people the opportunity to do these kind of things. This one is the one that got exposed. And then he afterwards made a whole apology video and crying about it, but it wasn't really an apology video because you're crying.
He got caught.
He got caught about it.
A good demonstration of loyalty in situation where y'all might know each other, but might not necessarily fully be that close.
Not like that.
Not like that. Because I have seen videos where neighbors actually comes to snitch on the affair partner. Hey yo. I saw this one guy literally came to his neighbor's house on a video call. Because a lot of them who usually live on
suburban areas.
Yeah, suburban area. They have their own apartment, right?
Yeah, for sure. And then they have the security cameras.
Yeah, security camera and all that. And usually it's the video security camera. This guy comes, ping-pongs the door, starts snitching. He ain't even saved none, which is usually people be like, you know what? Let me mind my own business. It's none of my concern. They said, I ain't trying to let nigga. Nobody's like, hey yo, you be working at these hours, right? Yeah. I work at this hour. Hey yo, I be seeing one car pulling up to that street. He be paying attention. He be pulling up at that street. And this guy literally walks around and goes from the backside to your apartment. Be there for a couple of hours and goes off just before you get out of work and come back. Something ain't right. You better get that checked out. He didn't have to tell him anything. He could have money. He said, I ain't letting no motherfucking soldier fall down.
Usually when that happens, the neighbor, it's not that they are just that good of a person, but they like that drama.
That also, but the way he actually told, because of course I'm saturating things, but the way, and I could have slightly shifted the story a little bit, but the main story, the main idea behind it is that the way he also told it wasn't about trying to create drama, but sincerity, because especially as a guy who, let's say, has gone through it or have seen somebody go through it, you don't want no person to experience that. So First thing, you feel like you have the duty to let them know, so they have the capacity. What I mentioned earlier, you rather have them be heard, but still have the ability to make choices right after. So he rather tell them, "Hey, yo, she went bad. Your relationship ain't what it's supposed to be. What you gonna do with it?" And after that, that's their responsibility.
Yes.
But what I wanted to ask you, because right now we have been telling mostly through a relationship lens, in a sense. Of course, we are just talking about the fully negative part. There's also, like I mentioned earlier, there's different type of loyalties that could be shown, but the cheating part is usually the easiest one to start telling. But what about loyalty, for example, in working environment? Because loyalty doesn't necessarily have to be to a person, but it could be to an entity or a building or a structure object or etc. etc.
Yeah.
So what type of loyalty have you? Because you mentioned earlier about like you had talked about loyalty with your colleagues. What about the working environment or the workplace in itself?
It's not the clear-cut thing, the same thing as, for example, relationship, that there's a strict lines that you follow, and if you step over the line, it's over for you as a trust. But I'm gonna give you actually a great example of this, because I have experienced this when I was working in retail / supermarket. Supermarket. Like Target or Walmart, like a big ass store.
Big ass.
And the way I got in there, it was a very rebel-like. But when I went there, it kind of way, I proved that I am a man of my word. And when I have told this story many times, I'm a man of my word. And then when I was a man of my word, the supervisor of mine, sweetheart, one of the best managers that I have ever had, but she was very clear about it, that this man, you just give him the hours and he comes and goes, you cannot say anything about it. And that was the case. And if somebody gave me shit or anything, I straight up called them out on the spot. I didn't give a crap, bro.
Who gonna stop me?
Who gonna stop me? Exactly. And the job was not like sexy or anything. The payment was ass. The only thing that was fun was that you were all in the movement all the time.
Yeah, you constantly had something to do.
And then the second thing was that I had with my manager a great relationship. So therefore, the work in itself, it was ass, but it didn't feel like it was all the time something bad happening.
The work environment.
But there was a situation where there was one of my colleagues that she tried, I will say the gender, she tried to, because in the last story I didn't tell what the gender was, but because it was a great example of just betraying my trust, in a sense, not straight up, but through betraying my trust. Basically, she was going through a program to become a supervisor to another store, and she went there, and then I teased her about it, that, oh, look at now, supervisor.
Big person.
Big person. But it was not in a sense of I'm looking down upon, but teasing in a sense. And I believed that she knew who I was, and I believed that and we had that relationship, in my opinion. Later I found, 2 days afterwards, my supervisor calls me in.
Hey, yo, what's going on?
What's going on? She says to me, the supervisor, that, hey, the one that I teased, because she also teases me back, so,
I wasn't thinking none of it.
She said that I had critiqued her the way she works. I'm saying to myself that I'd never critiqued her in the way she works, because I don't.
What I mean?
I don't give a clap's ass about how you work here. Just come here, do your work,
get your job done and move on.
I don't give a crap. I gave a crap when I was in this other place where I have to save lives. Then I gave a crap because your performance, I don't want to have responsibility about you as well. You be good, I'll be good. We together are great.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying?
Preach.
But in this work, it didn't matter. You're good, you're bad, it doesn't matter. She said that I had critiqued her. I was like, what?
What you mean?
So I said, the next time I see her, I will confront her. Next day, not the day after. We had the morning brief. After the brief, I said, hey, I need to talk to you. We went to the storage. Usually the storage was, because it was a big storage, the back end. And usually there was places where you could talk with people, and
kind of like a break room.
Yeah, not even a break room, but it was like a big storage room.
I remember, because there's
there is a big storage room, and in that storage room, because there's a lot of space, you can go, for example, one corner or somewhere that people will not listen to what you're saying.
Hey, yo, shorty, what's going on? But I pull her like.
And I said to her that, hey, our supervisor said that I had critiqued your work. What's that all about? And she said to our supervisor that she felt uncomfortable that I teased her about her trying to be a supervisor, to go through that process, the training. She felt uncomfortable about it. Now my supervisor, the manager, had interpreted it that I critiqued her. So basically it was like a broken phone.
Yeah, one telling you another telling the third and fourth.
And she maybe has something outside of my knowledge, that the way she reacted. And I said to her plain sight that, listen, we tease each other and we have fun, but to understand, if you succeed, it doesn't take anything away from me. You succeed is good for you. It doesn't
succeed,
change,
we all win.
it doesn't change my life at all. More so, I want you to succeed because it gives me, in a sense, like certain type of pride / pleasure that people succeed in their what they want to succeed. And then I spoke to her that if you have something to say to me, please say it to my face.
Not to my goddamn manager.
To my manager, and then she knows that I have not said it in a way that I would do something bad, especially critique someone in that kind of work environment. We all in the same shit. You think that I will critique you because you smell? Brother, no.
Right.
Hell no. But that, for example, is a betrayal about trust. Because I trusted you that you don't need to go to a supervisor, but you can talk to me indirectly. This is an example. But then I have another story about my supervisor here, that in the last workplace.
Oh yeah, we remember that.
Yeah.
We remember that.
Now I have to say this openly. The worst case for me, my experience. I have experienced bad leaders. In the army, for example.
We have seen a couple of those too.
In the army, I said to myself that thank God we are not in war, because he would lead us to death.
Hey, game is games.
Do it for the game. Hey, we respawn, no worries, bro.
Game
Black
is game,
Ops.
you know. You gotta do what you gotta do.
But she, for example, now was the situation was opposite, because now supervisor betrayed my trust, not the colleague. So it was in a juxtaposition in a sense. But in both cases, it was the work environment where people snitched or took it out of context or didn't come straight at my face and say that, hey, this was the problem. Example from my part. Actually, this is a story actually I can tell from this last play. I don't know.
I dare to tell.
It's okay if I take your time, bro.
Yeah, tell us.
The group chat that the workers have, the colleagues have, I believe that almost every workplace have some kind of work chat. But our work chat, there was separate. It was the professional and the fun. In the fun, the situation was that the last people to leave that place had gone over the limit. But because they had a Down syndrome, that person, the people who have Down syndrome, or the people who are close to one who has Down syndrome, or even the people who know someone who has Down syndrome, sometimes it just flips a switch and they don't want to move. They don't want to go anywhere. They want to just be around. And it's okay.
There's special case.
You cannot do anything about it.
Special case.
Me and my friend, my colleague, we were waiting that person. We were looking at the clock. It was Sunday. We were all thinking about them.
We gotta get home.
We gotta get home. It went over 30 minutes of our regular time that we usually close the place, close the whole thing, go home. And after we are going, that colleague takes a photo of me walking. I'm not noticing because I'm like mentally out of there.
My guy's still fuming inside.
I'm mentally out of there. I'm not like mad or anything because, like I said, I understand completely about the situation.
But he's like, I'm trying to just get home.
Oh, exactly. And I'm not noticing that he's taking a photo because I'm walking in front of him. And I'm not noticing. Usually I notice when people do something like this. I'm not noticing. And I come home. I don't look at the phone before. I come home. I open the internet. I see message. I'm looking. Who is this sexy? Hey, wait a second.
wait.
It's me. I am walking here. And now the problem was that not that he took a photo and posted. The problem was that he didn't tell me about it. So I didn't go to somebody else or anything. The next time, not the day after, but the day after that.
Hey, yo, bro, why you took a picture? I know I'm sexy, but come on now.
I started my shift. He already have his shift. We were in the place that we usually are. We were 3 people, me and other 2, and this one friend. So basically 3 people. And right when I go, I greet them, and then I directly say to him that, hey, about the photo, I would appreciate. And then he immediately cut me off and said, hey, I'm sorry, bro. Like, I wasn't meaning to do anything bad or anything. And I said to him, like, listen, it's okay to take a photo, but at least ask for my permission before you send it somewhere. That is all. That's what I want to know. And he said, yeah, cool, no, bro, no worries, bro. And he was very, like, he understood immediately when I opened my mouth and what I'm going to say.
My guy let it marinate for a couple of days.
I didn't see him, and I didn't want to, like,
text him.
No, I wanted to confront him face to face. Like, hey, listen, bro.
Come on now, why you taking a picture of my booty cheeks, man? Come on now. Like, I know I'm sexy. Like, you got, come on now.
But for example, I could go behind his back and go to a supervisor, for example. We would be a causable thing, right? I could go to a supervisor and say, hey, he took a picture of me. I don't like to take my picture. I have the right to say no, but he didn't ask me anything. And then it could be this whole shit
show. All of a sudden.
Whole shit show. Or I could go to other colleagues. Do you know what he did?
we have way too many of those. I'll know to the workplace thing.
You have stories, bro. I know you have stories.
I mean, shit, too many of those. And all of them mostly are like third person. Of course, I got my own type piece of shit, but mostly I've heard, because at least what I've noticed here in Finland, could be also elsewhere as well, but with nurses, practicing nurses, etc., they tend to have one of the shittiest work environment that I've.
Oh, for sure.
Not only just the type of the work that they got to do, but environment overall, as
for
in
sure.
like their relationship with each other.
For sure.
Because, like I said, my ears be getting news, and I be hearing shit.
The streets be talking.
So, first of all, drama doesn't. It's part of the atmosphere. Let's say it like that.
Yeah.
Anything happens or goes wrong or goes south, there's constant drama going on, constant rumors going around.
Grey's Anatomy.
Like the shows, even though we say like it might be slightly exaggerated. Oh, fuck the English word.
Yeah.
But anyway, in reality, not so much. Not so much. There's slight truth behind it, especially with the drama part, because, like I said, the stories I've heard. For example, I'm taking my mom for example. She comes from work. She's like, man. I'm like, what you mean? She's like, fuck this place, man. I'm like, what you mean? Man, they again going on with the bullshit. Like, there's a situation where one could just, like, let's say somebody fuck up, somebody just could come help fix the shit, and that's it. But no, the other person decides to go through the manager route, let the shit marinate for a moment, look from the sideline. Rather than helping immediately, they go to the group. Hey, yo, y'all heard? Y'all saw what that person did? Like, I heard from the grapevine, he fucked up. Like, rather than being or not even that they like to let somebody fall into their, like, failure, but also, let's say there's a situation where somebody's being praised for their work. Like, example, they did something great today, somebody praised them or says like, you do shit great. No. Not in our environment, not in our space. Oh, hey, I heard through the grapevine. Have you noticed this one being arrogant nowadays? Like all of a sudden, they start adding words, interpretation into the context of like, and about the mini managering.
Yeah, micromanaging. Yeah.
You know, you mentioned before about the work environment rats. You know, the colleague
Snitches.
Snitches. One day, my mom came again. Hey, yo. I'm like, again, yo, what's going on? Man, fuck this place again. What you mean? We got this one rat, this tiny ass wannabe manager. I'm like, what you mean? Well, we got, you know, when there's this person whose their title is not a manager.
Yeah.
Not even close. They're like
Same
reporter
word.
as anybody else. They're a reporter as anybody else. Their wages does not change, but they choose to, for some reason, behave in a different way. So,
F them, by the way.
if you don't know, you know, just pay attention to work environment, especially if it's a teamwork type of environment. Check. There's always one of these person who wants to act like they're manager certified. So they start giving you extra rules, the extra instructions, even though they don't even follow the instructions themselves. And so let's say like this: my mom's colleague did something, I guess, in a way that they didn't like it. They kind of like started scolding them, and also at the same time taking the message to the manager, rather than handling it between them. Because remember, they're still in the same like title, same level, so there's no difference. If you don't like something, handle it with your colleague.
Yeah.
Then also, let's say, you know, because as you know, we might sometimes, in workplace, school, etc., we might, how would I say, apply certain techniques or ways of doing things.
Oh, for sure.
If it's not, if you are not being told not to do it, you do it, especially if you see this efficient for your work.
Yeah.
So this mini manager might not like that you're not going by the book. You're doing something a little bit different.
Yeah. You're handling the business.
Yeah, you're handling your business, but it's not by the instruction of the book. And rather than them being like, hey, why taking advices from you, or like, why are you doing it this way, or asking anything, they go straight to manager.
Yeah.
Rather than handling any team problem or friction that y'all got going on between y'all, they go straight to manager. And you know what kind of toxicity that creates in a work environment?
For sure.
Like literally, how I understood it was that
You're taking an example from your mother's workplace. Take your army, for example.
Man.
Isn't the same thing? Like they are grooming towards to become something higher up, but in fact you're just a piece of shit that I don't respect in the uniform, outside of uniform.
Oh yeah, true. What he means by that, because we have seen, licking ass.
Groomers. They are groomers.
Well, booty lickers. I call them just straight booty lickers, because
P Diddy.
hey, that Diddy incarnated right there. Because in certain, even in like civil workplaces, there's like situation where some people think it might be true, but some people think that by them licking higher ups' asses, they can progress in their careers much more faster or much more. Or in the rat situation, by acting out like as a messenger or a second-hand person, they will be praised more, for example. And we have seen those, bro. We have seen way too many.
Yep.
And back to the workplace experience. Yes, most of it is like my mom's like telltale stories that I hear later on, because it is frustrating. Like
for sure,
you want to go, like you mentioned, you just want to go to work, do your job as best as you possibly could, and get out, right, without extra bullshit. Like, of course, you could have a, how would I say, healthy work environment of like talking with your coworkers, talking shit a little bit, move on.
Especially now, you know the experience, especially if you all are minimum wage, and especially you have the same shit job, the dark humor usually is the bomb over there.
It keeps you afloat.
It keeps you afloat. But yeah.
Because, and I kind of understood it, because like that's what we have been in different workplaces. I've seen it. The last job that I was in, bro, we all hated the work.
Yeah, for sure.
But we kept each other afloat. We could have been the guys who were like constantly nagging at the manager, hey, yo, this motherfucker doing a little bit different.
Yeah.
This motherfucker, because I'm gonna be honest, I'm always the one who applies different knowledges into
Yes.
the book if the book does not say no.
Yes.
So I could have had friends be like, hey, yo, this motherfucker doing wrong. This motherfucker doing nah. But nah, mostly if somebody was disagreeing with me or had an issue, they usually tend to send me a message first. Of course, not all members were doing that, but you could like see people who had that value, like
Yeah,
rather
for sure.
than going to the route of manager and then to that person, let me send them a text message first. But I'm telling you, that's why I asked. Oh yeah, back to why I asked you about the workplace loyalty, because in Finland or in European countries, it's not that visible that much. But what I've heard or seen in example videos in Japan, for example, the work loyalty is a really big thing.
Yes.
It's a really big thing.
Yes.
So how do you see or understand it? As you know, in your example for your own experience, have you had any loyalty to your company or places you work?
Not company, but I have had loyalty to colleagues, for example, when I knew that for a fact that if I tell this about them, they will be in a big trouble. And it was in a previous job that I was in. And that's why I'm saying that God bless to the colleagues that I had, because they were great people. They were, as a human beings, they were great. And when they did something wrong, I corrected them face to face, privately. Not openly in front of others, but privately. And I will be honest, when I made a mistake, they, especially one colleague that I respect her so much, she corrected me privately. So that was a healthy environment when it comes to colleagues. But actually, about this, there is a great video. I haven't sent it to you, but I have sent it to my friend and my brother about loyalty. And it was that because mafia, for example, if you betrayed someone, which in that life was a pretty common thing, you would get killed. No questions. And it was the same thing for many long years in many different categories of life. During this time, now it has become that if those micromanaging, because they betray your trust by going behind your back, talking to the manager, when in that case they could just confront you about that problem.
Usually to shitten up your situation.
Exactly, for no reason at all, but because they want that they
Small
are
praise
or they want that position or that, and they will get that position because they are doing that stuff. And to the managers, because usually now the managers are the same in the same system. They will get that. They will get that position and that praise. And now betraying actually is being rewarded in today's society when it comes to corporate jobs or corporate situations. Now there are like places, of course, not all of them, but places are where actually if you do your job well and you are a decent human being, and if you go tattle to manager will look at you like, why you're telling me, go to talk to him if you have a problem with them. There are a few places like that, but for the majority of corporate places, they are those kind of places where people go behind your back and they talk crap about you, and then you have to deal with that. And the guy in the video explained well that when the reason why mafia and all the other organizations betrayal cost their life is because if betrayal is a common thing or an okay thing, the culture collapses. And that's what I truly believe, that when the betrayal becomes like a norm thing or praise thing, then all the other values and morals and things that you care about
out the window.
It doesn't matter anymore. But Japan, for example, is to other extreme, because Japan historically is known that they are loyal to their servant. Historically known for that. Samurais, for example, they are very extremely loyal to their shogun, or the working class were extremely loyal to the shogun. Or when the war was in World War II, for example, World War II, Japan was extremely loyal to their captain and general.
To their flag.
there was a situation where Japanese soldier was still fighting war
Yeah, I remember that motherfucker. He stood on minutes for 30 years.
for 30 years, and the reason why he could not stop fighting was because his captain couldn't, or was it the platoon?
Some high, at least one higher up. I'm not sure platoon or the captain, but somebody who's higher up on his
On his side, on his squad, the one who was the actual in command, they had to release them officially in front of them, like, hey, you're released from your duty. That's how loyal are Japanese people when it comes to their servant. So now, when the culture changed, where they didn't have wars anymore, they didn't have that space, now it became the corporate thing. So it's very famous. Japan is very famous for corporate loyalty, where they spend their whole life in a corporate jobs or in a job. Afterwards, they go drink with their buddies. They even sleep with.
Can't even say no.
Somebody is calling you.
Mom.
Because we have done this. Oh damn! The time has flied.
Yeah, quick. I must send her. If she calls, I must send her a message.
Okay, it's good.
Yeah. Good.
Japan is famously known for that loyalty, and now it has come to the other extreme where loyalty actually has killed Japanese people in the worst possible way. Overwork, for example.
Because they can't say no, they can decline.
Or the suicide, highest rate in the world. So these two are the extremes of non-loyalty and extreme loyalty. But to me, like you said, for example, the dog or the horse is a great or loyalty. Or my brother, or homeboy that we have is a great example of a loyalty that we have when it comes to this part. But how do you see this?
Because the reason why it's about workplace is because depending, of course, on how the workplace treated you and the environment and your relation with the manager and so on, usually affects this. But when it's expected you to be loyal to a company, for example, if you're being tempted to switch workplace, for example, for salary, if you feel a strong relationship with the company that you're working at right now and you feel connected with it, usually the salary that you're given doesn't really matter because you have some type of loyalty connected to that company that you work in right now. But what we've seen, why I said earlier that in European countries, or at least places that I've seen, it don't matter.
Yep.
If my salary is better, fuck that shit, I'm moving on.
Because the environment has come to that. Like betrayal is very normal. You cannot trust anybody. So,
but differences between company and human relationship is that personally, I take it, you can betray companies, fuck that shit, because as long as the place also can treat you, because reason why I say that, because let's be honest, for example, the place you worked at, you are just part of you're single gear on the bigger cycle.
For sure.
And if you're replaceable, they would most likely replace you like there's no tomorrow.
Oh, for sure. I always say this example. If you die today,
will it matter to them?
Would it matter to them? No, they would just open a place and they will recruit somebody else and then you're replaced. They wouldn't even feel sad about you.
Exactly.
So in the loyalty to company,
it depends on the context of course, in how meaningful of a role you are to the company, and how meaningfully the company treats you.
For sure. I have to take just one more example before we close up about the friendship loyalty, because we talked about it a little bit, but I would say I have to just open my chest about it.
Pump it.
We have one friend, and you know who we're talking about.
Hey, how many? We just niche friends. Yeah, we know people.
And his story basically was that when he didn't have a girlfriend,
oh no,
he was your closest friend.
Oh no.
But when
you just go throw people on the bus, or?
I'm not throwing anybody on the bus because they don't know who they're talking about. But I'm saying that the moment they got a girlfriend, they vanish from your life. You don't see them. You don't know where they are.
I think they would.
You think that they are watching or listening?
I think. I'm just guessing.
Maybe the person knows what I'm talking about, but the people, like who's listening.
Okay,
this is an example. To me, it wasn't a straight betrayal. Like for example, he took my girl. It didn't happen. But it wasn't that kind of betrayal. But it was, to me, it was a betrayal of a principle that the moment you find companionship, the rest of the companions that you had
becomes a sideline.
They not only a sideline, you are
Sideline, backline, in the past.
To the worst seats over there in the car. And to me, not straight betrayal, that's a strong word, but not loyalty to a degree that as a friendship would have. I would say this is also an example that comes to mind to me right now. But I don't have any more examples. I think I've said all of course, there are so many things that we can talk about loyalty, but this is more that we discussed about the virtue of loyalty.
And also about the loyalty topic, because I think it's, for at least for me, it's much more easier to connect it with like different topics in itself. So I think in my situation, I will most likely connect it in, for example, our next topic. I'm just saying,
could be the case.
I might connect it with the next topic, because to me it might sound a little bit, how would I say? You're trying to write a text in the air rather than write it on the paper. In a sense, you know, if you get the metaphor.
Yeah.
But so of course I think and I feel that we got like really good content coming out, but I feel like we could extend it to on other topics later on as well. So that's why I'm like not fully closing off the loyalty word, but
yeah, and we could go back. We could take from loyalty. We could take one topic from loyalty and then expand on that in next episodes, next season, another two. Who knows?
Because so there might be, let's say, not so generic example of that loyalty.
Yeah.
So like I mentioned earlier, cheating is just the easiest way, because that's something that is, or promiscuity is something that is very common nowadays. That is much more easy to use it as example. But yeah, do you got any last words? Actually, yeah, you got any last words?
I don't have any last words. I've said, in my opinion, the things that I need to say. I would say my English today was on point because I was just rambling on.
Proficiency.
But it's a topic and a thing that touches to me personally, and I believe to you as well.
Yeah, and originally we wanted to have somebody to speak on this topic, but because they're not comfortable with the camera and so on, which is understandable, but not a lot of people are comfortable being in front of camera, and especially because this goes into the internet, which will stay there forever. So it is what it is. But you know, it would have been nice to have somebody bring their own experience, because like the stories we've been telling you, I just trying to put names into it, so I can't just go rambling about it like, hey, this and that. So I gotta give it in a hypothetical format. But we would have a lot of like acquaintances that could have opened up in this topic really greatly and bring out their own perspective on it. I would say like this. But other than that, you know, it was a good show, a good talk. But we always forget the important things, the big things right here. You know what I'm saying? You know the buttons you need to press. You know the likes you need to press. Did we even say it in the beginning of the episode?
We didn't say it because we just went straight into it.
Straight in it. You know what to do. You know what comments you put down below. You know what I'm saying? If you want beef, you can put it down there. If you want to request certain contents as well, you can put it down there as well. And if in general you just want to say something, say it down below. We might respond back to you as well.
Not might. These hands are democratic. Everybody can get it.
Rated E.
Everybody can get it.
Rated E right there. And also, of course, catch on our socials. You know what to do. You put it on description as well. So lock in with that part. And personally, I ain't got anything else to add on. You got anything else to add on?
I'm good.
Hey, as always, thank y'all for watching and hope to see y'all in the next one. Peace.